seems like everyone's kind of saying the same thing, so I'm going to try to differentiate the noise from the truth.
This is a huge event.
I've been blown away by how awesome it is, how big it is, how many people are here.
From Mexico.
I'm from Japan.
We're at OPENSTACK conference in Atlanta.
Companies are being asked to do more faster. Developers want to be able to develop software, get it in production, and OPENSTACK is an enabling technology to give you that kind of speed and agility in the market.
It provides a very cost-effective alternative model.
There's orchestration software out there that could make their lives a lot easier.
OPENSTACK is the Linux of the cloud. We believe that OPENSTACK is the operating system that will fuel the cloud.
It's starting with operators, developers, and users, and it's being pushed upwards, and the value is being realized. And once you start to demonstrate the value, executives at any level are starting to look at it.
It's when the analysts start talking about OPENSTACK, the product, that we know that the federation is starting to work.
I think starting to get the operators and the developers together to kind of build that understanding where the product needs to go and where the holes are. Like, we're no longer doubting about whether the whole thing's going to work or not. Now it's like, okay, well, we got to tweak this part and tweak that part. And so I think what we're seeing is kind of the solidness of the base of OPENSTACK and sort of proving its right to being, and now really evolving that in a rapid fashion where it needs to go.
A lot of the early deployments were test infrastructure, running your CI on top of it, but now people are actually running serious production workloads on top of it.
OPENSTACK is good for the enterprise. In fact, it's outstanding for the enterprise. It's taken a few OPENSTACK conferences for it to actually get there, but I think at this summit, everyone is actually preaching that it is ready.
The day that they can move to multi-providers running OPENSTACK that gives them a bigger footprint, that's more reliable and outscales anything one single company that's proprietary could do, I think the conversation's done.
We actually haven't had a lot of discussion about security, believe it or not. But everybody's sort of trying to figure out, the sense I have here is that there are a lot of people still trying to figure out their strategy.
OPENSTACK will be in the enterprise. It will be in production workloads.
If you don't have it, you're not going to be able to compete at the enterprise level.
The traditional stick-built data center is a broken model. It can't scale as the stack scales, right? We started going into the modular data center and looking at that and designing that.
We treat them like a manufactured product. So just like an airplane where you'd have total operating hours, we have over 2 million operating hours on our modules.
Our cloud is better than your cloud because we control the entire stack from bottom to top. We're building a cloud system that allows us to scale faster than everyone else. We own the hardware, we own the containment system that we're putting the hardware into, and we own the software that we're running on top of that. Because we control that same vertical stack all the way from top to bottom, we can improve efficiencies at all of those layers.